P2B is even the reason people are taking the coalition seriously. The moment he leaves, don't forget that Obi is not a pushover. It happened in 2023 when he discovered that this same Atiku, who is ritualistic when it comes to dollarization of primaries, it has become a ritualistic affair for Atiku to use dollars to win the primaries. He noticed that he's a kind of person that doesn't want to dent his image. He left the PDP and went to Labour Party. And when he came to Labour Party, he brought values.
There are 3 mistakes the coalition group must avoid if they really want to win the 2027 elections. And I will just go straight and mention those mistakes. Number 1, they should avoid the mistake of thinking of making Peter Obi the vice presidential candidate to anybody, probably maybe to gain his supporters. Now, let them not think of making Peter Obi a vice presidential candidate to Atiku or to any candidate, and then hoping to also get the support of over 10 million people supporting Peter Obi. Number 1, I doubt Peter Obi will never accept to be vice presidential candidate. His body language and his speeches, he has made it clear that he wants to run for president, not for vice president. However, if for whatever reason, he is a human being and I am not Peter Obi, if for whatever reason Obi decides to be a vice presidential candidate to anybody, which I doubt, but let's say for whatever reason he accepts it, the coalition should know that Obi will lose supporters. He will lose almost greater percentage of his supporters. In my own calculation, maybe up to 80 to 90% of his supporters will stop supporting him. Now, the coalition should understand the type of supporters Obi has. His supporters are supporting him to be the president, not to be the vice president. So once Obi, for whatever reason, which I'm saying that I doubt it is not even possible, but like I said, he is a human being, I am a human being. So let's say that for whatever reason they convince him and he decides to be a VP. The moment he ever thinks of that or decides that, which I doubt, but let's say he does it, he will lose greater percentage, up to 80 to 90% of his supporters will stop supporting him. So the coalition should not even think of making that mistake of making Obi a vice presidential candidate. Let it not even be part of their thinking, because it will backfire. That is number 1.
Should Peter Obi decide to be vice presidential candidate to Atiku, whatever it was that was responsible for his rise in popularity would dissipate. He's attracted to a fan base because of his aspirations to be president, not vice president. The moment he decides to be vice president to Atiku, that is the moment that his popularity will decline as fast as it rose.
So let me go back to the Mr. Peter Obi conversation, where everyone is sort of like, oh, where these people are like, he should run as vice. Me, I'm giving you people my word now. Not to say I'm not talking. If Peter Obi is running with anyone, as the vice president of that, as the running mate to that person, me, Aisha Yusufu, I'm not saying that I have any influence, so I'm not saying that I'm one big anything. In my little capacity, I will work against that ticket. If that's the only thing, even if I don't support any other person, is to work against that whatever ticket that I will. Because what is this? Why are we always asking the best to be second?
And number 2, the coalition should not dollarize their primaries. Now, we all know how PDP does its primaries. It is a known fact. And I can see many ex-PDP members flocking into the coalition group. Now, if they want to succeed, they should not dollarize their primaries. But if they ever dollarize it, that will be the end of the coalition group. If they dollarize it, someone like Peter Obi would definitely leave that coalition. And whether they like it or not, the fire that coalition has is Peter Obi. So if Peter Obi leaves the coalition as he left PDP when he noticed they were dollarizing the primaries, because that was why he left PDP in 2022. He noticed how they were going. Remember, Obi doesn't give shishi. So once he begins to see that they are going to dollarize the primaries, he will also leave. And that will be the collapse of the coalition group. So mistake number 2, they must avoid. They should not dollarize the primaries. Like I said, I can see many PDP people there, and for all we know, the only thing they know how to do primaries is dollar primaries. If they want to succeed in coalition, they shouldn't try it. If they try it, the coalition will crumble. That is my number 2 mistake they must avoid.
And I doubt what people can do for power. This underscores why I say we should not be misled, consumed by this excitement.
Yeah.
Because, as they say in English, when the chips are down and it's time to do primaries, what kind of primaries is Atiku going to do with an Amechi? You know how Atiku does primaries? Mercilessly. I remember those dollars flying. Well, we're in the same coalition, but in Port Harcourt, I remember the dollars flying. Remember, I'm with Atiku. Atiku, I'm with you. Please, if you're hearing me, we're in the same coalition. And then, what kind of primaries are they going to do? Am I going to deceive myself, okay, that all is going to be well in this ADC? The beginning of good governance if you run good primaries.
And then number 3 mistake the coalition must avoid by all means is not giving Peter Obi the ticket. The truth of the matter is that the coalition needs Peter Obi more than Peter Obi needs the coalition. Now, I didn't say Peter Obi did not need coalition, but the coalition needs him more than he needs them. Peter Obi was able to defeat PDP and APC in 2023 without any coalition. Now, Peter Obi is the oxygen of that coalition. Now, for coalition to win, they need a candidate with mass appeal. I've said this over and over again. In 2015, the coalition that brought in the APC, they needed such a candidate like Buhari. And now, in this 2027, as we're going into election, the person that is close or similar to Buhari now is Peter Obi, that has such mass appeal and grassroots support. If they don't give Peter Obi the ticket, it will be the end of the coalition. The second thing why they must give Peter Obi the ticket is, if you look at all the faces in the coalition, the Nigerians see them as part of those that brought in the APC. So they will see them as that they are still part of the system. The only candidate in that group that did not join in the bringing in of the APC is Peter Obi. Amechi was the chief. We all know what he did as the Rivers State governor and ensured that Buhari and the APC came to power. Atiku resigned. Atiku was the one that went and joined Buhari to come to power. Is it terrifying? So the only candidate that Nigerians can see that did not join or was not part of bringing in APC is Peter Obi. So they should avoid the mistake of not giving Peter Obi the ticket. If they avoid these 3 mistakes, believe me, they have every chance of removing Tinubu in 2027. But if they make even one of these mistakes, the coalition is dead. Thank you so much for your time. And remember, a new Nigeria is possible. And God bless you.